everyone, and welcome to some more CRL highlights, this time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Straight off the bat, I'd like to apologise, there's no Silverstone highlights. We're 2 races ahead, and unfortunately there will not be any Britain highlights. There was an amazing battle that I had with WC Kubica, but unfortunately the frame rate, as you know, you see it in some videos, the frame rate is a bit questionable. So unfortunately I couldn't show you that amazing battle that I had, but obviously the end of that, it didn't end very well. I didn't get any points because there was a lag into basically. I think I was hosting the lobby, so the lag was pretty bad, and I crashed into, I think it was Neil Tanner. So unfortunately, I didn't finish the race. But in other situations, we're in this race now. We're doing some qualifying, and Terrell Martin in the lobby doing his runs as well. And we're doing our initial run on a set of super soft tyres. This isn't going to be our fastest run of the session. Just a initial run to try and see what our pace is going to be like, and then we'll go on a set of softs for the end of this session. So Hungary, one of those tracks that I've had a bit of luck up before, obviously with obviously I won there, or not won there, but I amazing comeback drive in AOR GB2, and that was an amazing race. And we've also got Taylor Devol in this race too, who also raced with me in that race back then. So Hungary's been quite kind to me on this game. I do like on this game, but this runner was quite understeery throughout the whole session, throughout the whole qualifying as a whole. So didn't feel that confident as my notifications are going off, which isn't great. But we end the session now, well, in our first run, and it's not the best of runs, but we know we can improve furthermore. And that's the first run done. But now going on later on into the session, we're on a set of soft tyres, and we're going to do our final run here. So a set of soft tyres, we're down to 9th place. But I can tell you something, the grids was very closely matched by the end. So last 5 minutes of the session, the track is probably at its peak. So we'll try and do what we can here. Heading to turn 1, down to second gear, first gear, now second gear. We're going to get a little bit, not getting the best of exits there. We're actually a little bit down on our original time, so didn't get what I wanted. I think you want to Mario Kart for that first corner and ensure you fit as quick as you can. I didn't really utilise that, and we're taking a more of a closer line up third, now fourth, now fifth. I'm sort of revving it out, not really short shifting, and we're gaining a lot of time. Actually, we're going to be, I think, purple on our first sector. So really good first sector from us. And now heading into the right-hander, keeping it inside. This is actually quite a difficult corner, very understeering. You see we're losing a little bit of time on our previous lap. Now the chicane, didn't really get this right. A little bit of understeering. You see we've not got the line we wanted through there. So I think at this stage I was a bit panicky, and I was like, could have been better. But we've navigated through there pretty well. And now the fast left-right. This right section, I love this corner. It's quite challenging. You spot your turn-in point, but you get that done pretty well. And we're still a bit down on the previous lap time, so this is not looking great. So we really have to hook it up in the last sector, which is quite a nice sector actually. And then there's sort of a long left-hander here. And then we're going to set ourselves up for the right-hand, the last corner. We need a really good exit here. You need to make sure you don't wheel spin. We take a wide approach, cut back in, at the fourth, now fifth, and we're gaining time on our previous lap time. Across the line we come, and it's going to be an improvement at 120, I think. Is that a 120 I see? Yeah, it's a 120 something. I can't see it from my monitor. It's quite small, but we improved, and that's the main thing, and that is the end of our session. Is that a 20.3? I don't know. No, it's not even worth it. But that wasn't even good enough, to be honest, because to get in the top 10, because look how close it is. Legit, it's about, we're not far off, but we're about a second off, and we're down in 14th place. So, and you see the top 10, like top 11 was separated by even a second. So, top 11 was separated by a second. So that's amazing. But now we've signed for 5 red lights for this race. We are going to be going now. And we are lights down the way. We're going to get a really good start. Neil Tanner has a lot of wheel speed. Goes to the right-hand side on a set of super soft tyres. He's been a really good driver this season. Very young. He's done a really good job. But heading into turn 1, we're going to be very cautious here. Loads of guys trying to find their routes. So we're going to try and leave room for Neil. He's on the left-hand side. Not getting the run I wanted. I'm down to 14th place once again. I'm going to try and get around the outside and see in front of us. I think our teammate Sarah Rosberg, who's come back for a one-off race. He's crashed with some people, and we're up to 10th place, and actually no, 11th place, so we're going to give that place back to Neil, and he's gone around there outside, so he's into 11th place, he's into 10th place, we're into 11th place, so really good start to the race for us, and we're right there with a chance of points, and see this train, we've got a massive train here, so good points are out of the question, so really good start to the race. Sarah Rosberg, I think, came back because he made a bet. This one didn't get driver of the day. I think it was with Tiz in the previous race at Silverstone. So, I've been able to. He lost that bet. So now we're here in Hungary, He was my teammate for this race. Burnout F1 was away on holiday. But we can see some team battling around. Taylor Laval and the Magic Mole are battling away. And Connor's gone, and he's going to be trying to rejoin, and he's hit us, I think, as well. I felt contact. I couldn't do much. He's come back on the track and he hit us and he's gone. So we're now into 10th place. So from 14th on the grid, we're into the points. So that's really good, and our position is fast after the race so far. So really good start to the race for us. We're right behind Neil Tanner. He's on the super soft compounds. We're on the medium. So we're on the harder compound for this race. So we're going to try and go long here. I'm going to try, I think, the one stop. Which is a bit risky. We did the one stop on the previous season in AORC season 12 GP2. We still had the tyre glitch. That's how we were able to first do the one stop. But in this race, we can still do it. It's going to be a bit of a task, though. But Neil isn't far ahead of us at this stage of the race, and we're going to try and keep with him. We know at this stage we have decent pace, but the car was feeling very unsafe. You see there, extending the limits there. We didn't really gain much time from that, but the game is as a corner cut, or as extended in this case. So unfortunately, we are not doing the best of jobs in keeping it in the limits, and as we're struggling with the car's balance really, and these mediums weren't the greatest. But as the tyre wore off, as the fuel wore off, generally the car got better and better. We're setting more faster lap time. So, but I can tell you something: practice for these races, not really doing a lot. I wasn't actually in AOR ND at this point, but I did lose a lot of motivation for playing this game. I don't really find F1 Race Team that interesting to play anymore. But I think a lot of people are in the same situation towards the end of the game's life. We're preparing for the next game, so we're not really that interested in that sense. But coming across the line for our second lap, and we do obviously our personal best. And cutting on to the next lap, and towards the end, we're doing another personal best here as well. We're just trying to keep with Neil. We're trying to do consistent lap times on 24 there as well. So really good pace so far, and just trying to keep with Neil. He's not getting away from us, so seemingly struggling on the super softs, and the super softs aren't the best tyre on this track, as someone's actually off there, and I think it's surprised me. So he's gone, and we're into 9th place. So from 14th to 9th, superb job so far. And coming across the line for this lap as well, we're going to go another lap time, another 24, another improvement. So really good job from us to do some really good lap times, as surprised me at the lead session, so he's done enough in this race. So decent stuff so far. But coming on to lap 7, Neil is I think going to come in this lap, or maybe not. No, he doesn't. He continue for another lap. We're going to keep behind him. I'm going to try and move here. We're really struggling with this lap. And DRS is now activated. We're going to do DRS, a bit of slipstream, a bit of no rich mix, I don't think. And look, can't really gain much. I think we've got the slipstream glitch actually engaged here, so try and go for the move on the inside. Wasn't completely committed, and it doesn't hurt. It hurts a little bit because the content model took place. He did wait up for me a little bit to not sure he didn't actually just drive away. So that's great sportsmanship from him. But yeah, braking really early there as well. Actually, I just wasn't fully committed to that move. I should have been a little bit more aggressive there, and then maybe a move would have been better. That would have been a better move done there. So yeah, lost me a bit of time, but he's trying to keep it in the limits too. I think he's slightly extended there. But now cutting on later on, he comes into pits now, and we are going to continue on, and we're going to be into 8th place, so right behind Sarah Hamilton. So good job at lap 10, doing a really good job of getting some points here, and that's really the main thing. And now actually VSC has been deployed, so that slows the whole race down, but that's actually going to help Neil out a lot, because he's pitting on the VSC, and it's actually now ending now. He's going to get a bit of a free pit stop in a sense, so he's going to be able to stretch his gap out to us. So that, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, at this point in the race, I was like, oh my god, he's actually made a wonderful strategy working. I was like, oh, for God's sake. So we're not going to pit. Our tyres have still got enough life in them, with plenty of time left, so we can still do a one stop in this race. But I think we sort of need a safety car, really. But Matiz is leading this one. He's still leading, and I think he's actually, this was his second race win in a row, I believe. So this guy is absolutely on fire. This is bringing him into the league. He's probably one of the fastest drivers that I've actually ever witnessed. You can say about your AOR F1 drivers that you've got your Terrell Martins, and you've got your Dizzy Cupids, and you've got the Flying Finns, but Matiz is amazing. And not only he was in AOR, but now safety car has now been deployed at lap 18 of this race. So this was around about our pit window. Our pit window was about lap 19. So this stage was actually a perfect time for the safety car to come out. We're in 4th place, as you can see, and it's a perfect time for us to pit in 4 set of soft tyres, and actually this sort of worked in our favour in a sense. We lost a little bit of time from Neil. He obviously pitted earlier, and he was able to get the VSC sort of free pit stop in a sense. And we're going to come into the lap for our set of soft tyres. Our tyres are pretty much gone. I don't think we would have been able to do an extra lap on these sets of mediums anyway, so it's sort of a bit of a I'm just happy that safety car actually came in, but came out. So in comes to the pit lane. This is our only stop of the race. We stood onto the mics very well, and here we come. But as I was saying, practice for this game, I haven't done a lot of it. I tend to learn a lot. I tend to do like a couple of hours before the race, and then we go into the race. But after playing the game for such a long time, you tend to be okay with that. But I think, you know, non practice would be better. But recently, I just haven't been able to. I think a lot of us have lost motivation for this game. But we come out behind V6, and we're into 6th place. So we're definitely on for a good chunk of points here, from being down in 14th. So really good job from here. And cutting on later on, we catch up into the safety car queue. And I think the safety car is coming in this lap, I believe. As all-round is backing us up a little bit. So yeah, it's coming in, and here we go. We're going to go racing once again. We're preparing to go racing, and we're waiting for it, and we're going now. And we remember at Bahrain we had a really bad safety car restart, and we actually got a really good one here, right behind V6. I was trying to do something here, see if we could do anything, but the slipstream glitch wasn't helping us. If we had no slipstream glitch, guarantee you I wouldn't be struggling to get past these guys. So I was unfortunately no slipstream, but it's a pain in the arse in a sense. But everyone's sort of Constantining up a little bit. Neil Tanner's right behind us. He's obviously going to try to get past us because obviously he was right there with us at the start. And once again, this group of guys of Taylor Vol, V6 Racing, are battling away. So these guys, I'm just trying to get in some sort of battle here with them. We do a good lap over here. I think of 23 I can see, as V6 tries to get past Taylor. But yeah, really fun part of the race. I mean, this is almost giving me flashbacks to the AOR Season 12 at the same track with me and Taylor. Taylor was the guy I was chasing down after doing the one stop, so this gave me a bit of flashbacks. But if only me and him could actually have had a wheel-to-wheel battle, because the slipstream glitch actually spoiled that. But look, V6 going to the right hand side of Taylor. He's trying to get past him, just trying to catch up with these boys. As we said, a purple first sector, and we're caught up right there with them, but I just don't have the pace. You know, this runner was a bit of a meh, as V6 trying everything he can to get past Taylor, and he's desperate, and he's just holding me up and holding Neil up. So I was trying to see if I could get past as well, because I really want to get past to try and get into 4th place or 3rd place in this situation. So we're battling for a good podium here, and look at that. V6 going on the inside now on Taylor. He's going for it. He's gone for it. Taylor doesn't really. He couldn't really fight out him off there. V6 parked it on the FX very well, and Taylor just couldn't do much there. So Taylor is up into down to 4th place with V6 in 3rd, and this is now giving me flashbacks to AOR Season 12. When me and Taylor had that massive battle, and it didn't end very well. But unfortunately, because of the slipstream glitch, as I said, I can't do anything. I've got to run rich mix to fend off Neil Tanner. So that's what I've got to concentrate on doing for the last 10 laps of the race, to keep my position. And RBZ, I believe, actually pitted as well, so he's going to be coming through the field as well towards the end of the race. So there's going to be a lot of people coming through that we can defend against. But right behind Taylor once again, DRS is going to be active. We're going to try and do something here as Neil flashes out, and look, it's nothing. Even though he pulls out the slipstream, I should be catching him. I'm not, which is incredibly irritating. I think I had a good chance of trying to fight him really hard, but if I had no slipstream glitch, but that's the way it is, and you can't really do much about that when the game is playing up like this. So. That's F1 Racing Team for you, and hopefully on the next game it gets fixed. I'm sure it will be. But as I said earlier, I do apologise for not bringing out Silverstone. That was a good race to actually watch, even though I retired from the end of it because of a lag spike issue with Neil Tanner himself, who's behind me. But I only want to give you the best content in the end of the day. I don't want to give you content that's rubbish and you can't watch and it's not watchable. So I only want to give out the content that shows that looks good, and that's the way it is. So. Hate me or anything, but trust me, you won't be missing much from Silverstone, only the bits of battle, which I only wish was recorded better, because that was a really nice battle and it was really fair between me and him. But right, still behind Taylor right now, for the right left, and just keeping up with him, but just can't mount much of a challenge. I knew I was sort of on this pace, maybe a little bit faster at this stage. The car felt decent at this stage of the race, but again, I just can't do anything. You know, there's nothing I can do at this stage to try and get past him. Whatever I do, go a bit wide there, and yeah, just trying to understeer now with the last 6 laps to go. Neil is coming back at me, so right now I think I sort of got to the point where I was like, you know what, I've had enough of Taylor. I'm just going to leave him do his thing. I'm not going to fight him too hard. I'm not going to try and defend and keep it in rich in the straights to defend against Neil, because he did look like he had a bit more strength on speed than me around this track. So that was the main thing for me. DRS is now activated now, and then he won't be able to get us. So as long as I stay in DRS as long as possible, that was the main thing. But going on to lap 32, Taylor's gone. He's on the medium compound, and that actually was a stronger, obviously, with his life. And Neil is right there with me. And I'm going to run rich mix. And we had a really good exit from the last corner there, and he's slipstreaming me, and he is catching. So he's not suffering too much from the slipstream glitch at all. And he's trying to have a little look at the inside, but I fend that off well. Arby's is right behind us too, and I'm just trying to keep it as clean as possible. And he's quite far well, is Neil, and he's not that, and he's going to go up the inside, and I leave him room, and that was a late lunge for him, and he span off, and that's down the contact battle, and that was quite an aggressive move from Neil. He wasn't right alongside me, or Bailey, I should call him. He wasn't alongside me, and to make a move, so he went for that, and it cost him. But now I've gone really wide, and Arby's is right there, and I'm just going to leave him have it, because Arby's is much faster. He's on a fresh set of tyres. I think he wanted me to have a little battle with him, but you know, there's no point. You know, I'm not willing to risk my chances. I did have some qualifying penalties in this race anyway, so I need to concentrate on just trying to get the gap and follow him around the track to try and get a gap to Neil to keep my position. But I didn't take out Neil. Neil went for me up on the inside. The gap was there, arguably, but it's a very risky move to make when you're over Colin behind. So, yeah, that's that really. But going on later on, lap 35, Matthias wins the race. I think it's his second race win in a row, and he's actually on fire. Our front left is absolutely cooked at 75%, so I was just hoping, I was not pushing the car at this point, I was just trying to let it roll into the corners, not push it, and save my tyres. And last corner now, and it's going to be at 6th place, so decent 8 points in the bag for us, and that's what we keep doing this season, getting good points in the bag, and that's what we can do. And there you go, 6th place for us in Hungary, and I'm very happy with that result. And that's from 14th to 6th. I'll take that very well. So guys, that has been that all-rounder gets the podium. It's Matthias all-rounder, V6, RBZ, Taylor Vol in 5th, myself in 6th, Neil Tanner in 7th, and then the rest of the grid there. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content on this channel, and I'll see you very soon for some more highlights very shortly. Thanks guys, I'll see you in a bit. Bye boys.